Greetings and salutations, this is Imperator Vespasian taking a look at another Keeper of Secrets. We call this the Keeper of Secrets, the Hunter, because it's hunting, because it looks like that. Now I had this idea, this is actually my idea, not hers, to have a Keeper of Secrets sort of, or any sort of creature actually, a large creature sort of hunting over rubble. And this idea had been in my head for quite a while. And I'll give you a quick round as we go. And this is what I kind of had in mind. And then it came to actually building it. And I was quite upset that when we got the Keeper of Secrets box, you cannot do much in the way of modifying it. It's pretty much a female form walking forwards, and that's all you can really do with it. So I realised it was going to take quite a lot of work to fix this up. So I made a wireframe model, and what we have is, this is just a ruined building, and it's got scratch marks up the side from where the claws have scratched it, which is quite cool. You can see the claws on that hand have also scratched the plasterwork. The claws have scratched up the plasterwork there. There's scratches up here, and this is a nice little ruined corner piece, which the figure is based on. Got a couple of skulls lying around, Imperial Fist skull there, and the Keeper of Secrets is stood on the, using the sort of not really using the building for cover. It's sort of just looking over the edge of the building, ready to stick its blade into its next target. That's the way I like to think of it. So yeah, and there's also a little bit of a skeleton here, and we're back to the green marble as well, which is always fun to work with. So we'll run through the actual rules, and then I'll go into how I actually built it at the end, because it's complicated. Right, so this is a Keeper of Secrets, exactly the same as the other Keeper of Secrets we did. However, because the Keepers of Secrets have a number of different attributes, different weapons and stuff they can use, we decided to use half of the weapons and stuff on one Keeper of Secrets and use the other half on another Keeper of Secrets. So, and this is the other Keeper of Secrets, which is why we call it a Hunter, because it's not the same one as the other one. That sounds really complicated, but I didn't mean it to be. Right, so as with the other Keeper of Secrets, it has 16 wounds, and its speed and everything is modified by how much it moves, how many attacks it gets, how many claw attacks and how many normal attacks it gets. Watch the other Keeper of Secrets video for the rules about that. Still got snapping claws, but now it's got a soul piercer. The soul piercer is the blade here. It's a spear. It's very much like the Emperor's spear in 30k. And it's got strength 12, AP -4. This thing kills titans, right? This thing can kill tanks. D6 damage. If you roll a 6, let's have a look. Right, if you roll a 6 to hit, sorry, I had to check the rules there. If you roll a 6 to hit with this weapon, you automatically do the 6 damage instead of having to roll the dice for the 6 damage. So you might get 3 damage normally when you roll, or 4 damage, because it's percentage wise. If you get a 6 to hit, you actually automatically get 6 damage, so that's cool. It's also got a Sinistrous hand. I can't read this. I need to change my glasses. Anyway, it's got a hand. It's got a hand claw thing. Right, round here, this claw. It's there, which is awesome. It's a claw. And that's a very interesting one, because if you kill any model that turn, so if you kill a model, bear in mind you're moving at 14 inches, you get to attack first. You don't get the mortal wounds with that, but you know, never mind. You get mortal wounds with the other Keeper of Secrets, but with this you get what, 10 standard attacks, or 10 attacks in total, with a chance of doing D6 additional damage. So yeah, you got quite a few attacks going in there. So if you do a single wound, then you can regain D3 of your own wounds. So this thing's going to be really hard to take down. Not only does it have 16 wounds, so you're going to be using heavy weapons to try and take this thing down. You're also going to have to contend with it can regenerate D3 wounds per turn. And if you do 3 wounds in a turn and it regenerates 3 wounds, then you may as well not have bothered. So this is going to be a bad thing to try and take on, so I suggest you use tanks against it. What else do we have? Mesmerize and Aura, covered it in the last video, and Delicate Precision, covered it in the last video. Lastly, it is a Slaanesh, so I covered it in the last video, but all Slaanesh creatures get a attack first, so they all automatically win initiative. Now, I have been reading up for one of our other armies that we're building, and they have a couple of things that automatically win initiative too. And I'm not sure what wins when you have 2 creatures that have win initiative. So I'm still working on that. I'll have to go through the forums or see if anybody knows. Leave a comment in the comment section if you do know. So anyway, back to the model. So it was originally built with a wire frame. So the legs are wire. They're not the legs from the model. The body is wire with a rib cage made out of wire inside. You can't really see it, but it's underneath there. Because I didn't know how much of the model you'd see because I hadn't built it yet. And round the back, it's all, you can see the edges of the line of the cage there, where it drops down underneath. So I built the cage up, and then I put this on the back. That is just a strip of milliput with claws put in it to make it look like a spine. The cloak is made out of card, just normal card you get from a Games Workshop box with figures in it. I just cut it up and made it into the cloak shape, and then I used all the spare bits from the actual model. The arms are made out of wire as well. So this bit of arm here and that bit of arm there is actually from the Keeper of Secrets model. So it's one of the alternative sets of claws that you can put on. So I simply stuck them on this one. The claw is from the box as well. It's an alternative. And the hand that's holding this is also one of the alternative bits you get in the model. And the what is that, a loincloth or something? I don't know what you call it. That's from the kit as well, and these are spares from the kit. So it's really made, oh, of course the head as well is spares from the kit. So everything here is made out of the spare bits from the Keeper of Secrets box. The bits you get left over that you didn't use on the previous model, and I just used it to build a second Keeper of Secrets. And that's how I went around it. I just built the entire thing out of wire, so there's actually wire drilled into this. And there's wire coming out underneath that claw, that's actually hollowed out in the middle. And there's a wire that comes out of there, and it goes in there. And there's a wire that goes up through that arm. And there's actually a bit in there and a bit in there. And the rest, it's entirely made out of wire. And then I just layered the wire section by section until I had roughly the shape I was after, and that's how I did it. That's how it's built. The cloak and everything was added later. So that's it. That's the model in its entirety. So that's how I did it. So feel free to let me know what you think of my job I did on it, to let me know if you think it's any good, and leave any comments in the comments section. Feel free, it's always open. You can always go along and chat there if you like. And click like, subscribe. Please share the video if you think it's worth sharing. Just send it out there into the ether and see what happens. And well, that's it. That's been Imperator Vespasian doing one of his videos again. I will, as with all of these videos, I will put a sort of slideshow at the end of the video. So with some close-ups in good definition with the camera, because this thing keeps going out of focus, so with some pictures at the end. So if you feel free, just skip to the end and watch that. So yeah, so that's it. This has been Imperator Vespasian bringing you yet another video on this awesome army, which isn't even mine, so I'm quite upset about that. And thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.